AviationPros.com is the portal website for AMT, Airport Business, and Ground Support Worldwide magazines. Visit daily for breaking news, industry blogs, and insightful articles from our magazine's editorial team. And don't forget to sign up for our publication's daily e-newsletters. It's all at AviationPros.com.
Hello and welcome to the Aviation Pros podcast. I'm Josh Smith, editor of Ground Support Worldwide, and today we're speaking with Abbie Hepler, strategic account manager at Malahan, Laura McGrath, marketing and corporate communications at Malahan, and Karla Harrington, regional sales manager at Exceed GSE, to learn more about their work with the Women of GSE organization. Abbie, Laura, and Karla, thanks so much for joining me and taking some time to highlight this great initiative.
Hi, Josh. Thanks for having us.
Hi, Josh. Thanks for having us.
Well, welcome all of you to the podcast, and maybe let's just start with a little background. Abbie, what inspired the creation of the Women of GSE organization, and what are some of the initial goals the group wants to accomplish for its members?
Sure. So I've been in manufacturing for over 17 years, and over that span of time, I've been involved in the GSE space as well as other industries, and I've seen other women of groups and other industries. And the conversation for getting this started for the GSE world was after the GSE Expo in Las Vegas last year. After the event, I was talking to our Chief Commercial Officer, Joe Griffith, who also happens to be my super supportive boss. And we were talking about all of the women that we noticed coming into the industry, in addition to the well-established women that have already been making an impact in the GSE world. So it was something that we recognized that was missing or potentially missing. And, we felt that it was something that could make a positive impact in the industry. So that's really where the conversation started. And, soon after that, I got a hold of my friends, Karla at Exceed and Laura here at Malahan. And, they were really happy to hear about the initiative and wanted to jump on board right away to help support. So that's really how we got started. As far as the goals that the group wants to accomplish for its members, I think number one would be networking through our in-person events to get to know each other and create a space for support and empowerment. We go to these shows and these conferences, and everybody's so busy that it's nice to take a pause for an hour and just get the women group together and just come together in the industry and get to know one another. The other goals would be visibility, to create a space for recognition and visibility to highlight women and their achievements and their contributions in the industry. We all are, men, women, everyone are really doing neat things in the industry. So if we can come together and have a supportive and encouraging space to recognize these achievements, it just helps everybody out. Long term, we'd love to develop a professional coaching scholarship for a young person entering the GSE industry. So that's a long-term goal looking forward that we're interested in implementing. But, there's lots of opportunities for the Women of GSE community to grow and develop, and we're excited for the future and excited to be a part of it.
That's great. Karla, do you have anything to add in terms of some of the goals set by the organization?
Oh, well, Abbie and I have some pretty lofty goals, and we can't get there without Laura. So we're so grateful that she's there for us, for sure. We're excited. I think the professional coaching scholarship is something that evolved just from a conversation with Abbie. And that's just a little bit of the things that we have envisioned for future events or possibilities at the Women of GSE. We want to really make GSE more of a known industry among women, young women who are entering the workforce, maybe an engineer who can help develop GSE on the Malahan side as well. Obviously, they have a whole slew of engineers, not so much at Exceed, simply because we're a different kind of business, but still we're all involved in the GSE market, right? This industry is so small, niche, And there are really great, genuine people that work within the industry. And that's a really hard combination to find. A thriving business that works in a space where people are dedicated to really great service and good relationships and authentic relationships with each other, as well as with the businesses. So that's something we want other young women to be attracted to. This is a great space for us to grow in. Our visibility as women in the industry when it's been very male dominated, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we would not be able to be here without the men who have come in front of us and said, we'll open this door for you so you can come in and be part of this business. And we see that. I mean, in the last 10 years that I've been in GSE, I've seen the number of women in the industry grow and those men who want to support our growth. And that's so important to have that backing of our companies that really want to see a bigger space taken up by women and women who can contribute really well to the industry and the growth of GSE.
Oh, I think that's excellent. And if we can kind of back up a little bit again towards the kind of the establishment of the organization, Abbie, when did work kind of officially begin to establish the Women of GSE, and how has group membership and activity evolved since that initial beginning?
Yeah, so the work formally began, like I said, the conversation started after the GSE Expo last year, and almost immediately after that discussion with Joe, I got in touch with these ladies, and the work really began then. We started with the LinkedIn page to kind of let people know that we're here, come join us, be a part of this. And from there, the group membership, we're learning to do this kind of as we go. We have full-time jobs. We're not experts that we, took the reins and are developing this. So at first we didn't have a membership form. And really initially we started with our Women of GSE LinkedIn page, but we've recently launched something a little more formal to capture the actual members of the group. And Laura can talk a little more about that.
Yes, so on our Women of GSE LinkedIn, we have a recent post for our registration link. We would encourage all women throughout the GSE community to register. This will just ask some questions around your job role, your company, your region, and kind of possible opportunities for the future. This again just lets us know how many women are in the community, and so many new faces coming in. So it's great to actually see firsthand kind of what jobs all the different females are doing for the GSE community. So we do really encourage everyone to register and get on board. The more, the merrier, really. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and from that membership side of the conversation, I suppose, you're trying to build a little bit more awareness of the group, spread the word about it. And Karla, I understand that there was a launch event for the Women of GSE at the recent GHI Americas conference in Toronto. Did you guys see the attendance you were looking for there, and did you get some feedback from the attendees of that conference that attended the initial launch event?
Yeah, the Mix and Mingle was a great success from my perspective, and I think Abbie and Laura can agree to that. And again, giving toodles to my friend Laura. She did such an amazing job of getting that together for us. And I'm just so honored really to be part of it and just to be promoting the Women of GSE. The event was a mix and mingle at a local restaurant, really down the street from where the hotel convention was being held. And although it was after the conference ended, we had a really great group of women come and say hello. And we're here. We want to know who you are, and we want you to know who we are. And aside from the fact that people were leaving right after the conference ended, this was really a success in my eyes. The attendance was good, and I think I anticipated just the same amount of people. I think I anticipated less people to be there because of the timing, but still quite a fun time for us to meet. I mean, I'll tell you one small story that came from it. There is a certain woman who works in the manufacturing side, and I didn't even know she existed. And I've been doing this for a long time. And had she not been at the GHI conference, had she not seen the information that we had on our tables about this event, I would have never met her probably. And I was so grateful that she made time to come. And even though she had to catch a flight, she's like, I can be there for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So that was really neat. And it just opens up the network of other people that we can lean on to support and help us understand some of the hurdles that we're all facing within the GSE community as far as business is concerned. But on a personal note, it's great to have another friend, add another friend to my group list, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely. And given that success of the first kind of meet and greet event for the Women of GSE, will there be additional opportunities then to meet with the group at functions coming up in the near future?
Absolutely. I believe in Lisbon there will be an event. All the details are being finalized, and keep an eye out for our LinkedIn page. All of that information will be posted on there as soon as we can divulge. And then again, there's going to be another possibility for us to get together in Orlando next year in 2025 for the GHI show there. And there might also be another opportunity. Abbie, do you want to speak to that?
Yes, so Malahan has a charity golf outing that will be taking place in October. So we're working on a women's team put together for that event as well. But again, anyone that's interested in following events and looking out for upcoming events, just please join our LinkedIn page. That's where we'll be posting all of the upcoming information.
It's terrific. Laura, are you working with any other organizations to help get the word out about the Women of GSE and the organization's mission?
Yes, so of course yourself, Josh, has been a great help in having us today, and your support in Toronto and spreading the word was great. So yourself with Aviation Pros, we definitely count a collaboration, and with GHI, we've recently learned and developed a great relationship with their team, as it's predominantly women. So it's great to have two of the trade medias involved and get to know your perspective on it, and hopefully down the line we'll open some more doors with possible collaborations and invite some more companies into our community to get this really shared across the industry.
And of course, as word continues to spread and membership grows a little bit, I'm sure there'll be additional needs within the organization. Karla, is the group in need of any specific volunteers or officers of some kind to help guide the organization forward?
Well, currently we're not looking for volunteers or officers, but I am not shy to ask if the need becomes something vital. What we're really looking for is advocates, right? We want other people to advocate on our behalf of Women of GSE, spread the word of the organization or our small group to the women that you work with, because that's really important for them to know that we're here too. And we'd love to share in their successes and help them when they fall. And that's really, I think, the main vision right now is just to spread the word. We need advocates. We need people to spread and tell them that we're here and what experiences they've had with either us three or anyone else that's involved in the group. That's always a good place to be, right? If you're recommended by someone that you trust, you know that they're going to lead you somewhere where things are good.
Yeah, and Laura, we've alluded to the LinkedIn page a couple of times throughout the conversation here, but for those who are listening to this episode and they're interested in finding out more about the group, what's the best way to get more information about the Women of GSE?
Yes, so you can reach out to any of us three directly, or the LinkedIn Women of GSE is your best opportunity to communicate with us directly. Us three do man the profile every day. There's never a notification that goes unmissed. So we are very, very happy to communicate and share any extra information for anyone that would like to be more involved or get some more insight on what happened in Toronto and kind of where we're planning on going. So definitely give us a follow, or feel free to message the page, or Karla, Abbie, or myself. We are all happy to chat with any women.
I think it's been a very enlightening conversation. I appreciate all three of you sharing a little bit more information about the group itself and some of the objectives you all hope to accomplish. Before we wrap up here, do either of you have any closing thoughts or kind of additional pieces of information you'd like to share?
Well, I anticipate you, Josh, will become part of our membership group. So I can't wait to see you come across my LinkedIn page. Abbie?
Yep, of course.
Yes, same.
Yeah,
No.
definitely.
Yeah, Josh, we just really appreciate your time today and any of the listeners listening. So thank you for having us and greatly appreciate the support.
Yeah. And for any women at Aviation Pros or anyone you work directly with, Josh, make sure and let them know that the Women of GSE are happy to welcome them and learn more about their roles and what they do for your company.
Of course, we'll be happy to do that, and of course, be happy to continue spreading the word and advocating on behalf of the organization here as you look to accomplish more goals in the future. But that's going to conclude this edition of the Aviation Pros podcast. I'd like to thank our guests again, Abbie Hepler and Laura McGrath of Mallahan, as well as Karla Harrington of Exceed GSE. And just a reminder, for more information about the Women of GSE organization, please visit their LinkedIn page, which is at linkedin.com/company/Women of GSE. And for the latest information on GSE ground handling and the people who support the industry, stay up to date by subscribing to Ground Support Worldwide's daily newsletter. And if you enjoyed this episode of the Aviation Pros podcast, please subscribe to it wherever you download your podcasts, rate and review it, and be sure to share it with your colleagues in the industry. And as always, please continue to visit AviationPros.com.